I'm good. Yeah, I'm not. The last thing I do is get somebody doing that. You never know what somebody's going to do.
I was saying, I mean, hey, just so you know, dude, while you're out there, I'll be live streaming. Hey, thank you. Well, thanks for coming out, man. I think we got that.
Off right at 10?
I think so, yeah. I think in 15 minutes, so. We're just going to Shanksville. This will be the 6th time I've been to Shanksville. I was actually there in 2004, before they had the memorial, just a big wooden like billboard up there, and it was a blue cat on it. But I would assume now it's got to be something epic from what I heard.
I went there live. I went to New York City.
Just now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let the guys on shooting that right now. Okay. Thanks.
Hard behind the scenes, Mission Barbecue, Dave, his crew, fire department, getting everything out. For the civilian riders, you're going to ride staggered in formation. The reason for that, you're riding with different levels. Do not try to mimic the professional police officer riding. You will fail. Guaranteed you will fail. And you will crash and you will kill one of us or one of them. So we don't want any incidents while this is going on. So you guys, everybody, we're riding staggered. If you're not in uniform, you're riding staggered. Staggered, if you've never done that before, have at least a bike, 2 bikes in front of you, in between. Is there any brand new riders here? Anybody riding that's on a temporary permit that I need to know about? Because I want you next to me, behind me, where I can see you at all times on the ride type thing. And that has happened. Please pay close attention to the officers when they're giving you directions, not just for here to Somerset, but also on the ride. You're going to be riding staggered the entire time. The ride requires helmets. I know you guys, we're in Ohio, not necessarily. I'm not going to enforce that today. It's up to you if you want to ride safe or not. Once we become part of the large motorcade, helmets are mandatory. You have to have your helmets on at all times. We're going to be hitting some areas where the state requirements also are all the time.
And they will pull you over.
Yeah, you will get a ticket, regardless that you're police escorted. We've had instances where they pull police officers over. So please pay attention to the directions. Don't cop an attitude with any of the volunteers. There are no paid staff on this operation. Everybody's volunteers on this operation. 100% of all proceeds go to paying for the insurance, paying for the permits, paying for all the things you see set up throughout the coming days. For this group here, we're going to head directly to the Flight 93 Memorial Marker at the entrance of the park. My goal is to get the uniformed officers. I'm going to get a picture of each of them with a group picture of all of us, and then individual pictures with them with their uniform and their motorcycle. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them. I'd like to offer the same thing for you as riders. Take your motorcycle. You'll see when we get up there, you'll pull up. I'll take some pictures. You'll pull off. We'll make it quick because there'll be other riders and other people trying to do the same thing. So after you go to the Flight 93 Memorial Marker, I'd recommend you go to inside the park to the Visitor Center. That closes, I think, at like 5 or 6 o'clock. And then after you tour the park, then go to the hotel, figure out your dinner arrangements, and then you're on your own. You'll be part of the whole group. I won't see you for most of the weekend. We'll be at different parts of the ride. I don't know what the final numbers are. For your first timers, it's not going to be in the thousands. I think our maximum is 750. And that's intentional because it's too big. Once you get past 1,000 riders, it's next to impossible to control all those traffic control points and to keep everybody safe. And it takes a massive amount of manpower to shut down that amount of traffic. I think the biggest year we were close to 4,000 riders, and it was a really difficult time for all the public safety personnel involved. Remember, this is not a race. We're all going to the same location. Once you break up from us, don't worry about what, as you see somebody racing, don't mimic them. Let them be the idiot. Don't be that one that gets at the next stop where they're asking you to leave the ride. And that will happen if you're doing something unsafe. If you're riding hungover, please don't ride. Stay at your hotel, catch up to us in the next city. We don't want any intoxicated riders. It will not be tolerated. So I recommend you go easy if you're going to the bars tonight, tomorrow night, throughout the weekend. Pace yourself, ride responsibly. Take an Uber, stay at the hotel bar. If you're gonna have a couple cocktails, do not ride. From personal experience, once you get to DC, be careful where you're parking. You get a parking space at the hotel, start cabbing it, Uber, Lyft. Same thing, especially in New York City. You get a parking space at the hotel for your bike for the night, stay there. Take the metro down to the memorial, do your tourist things while we're there. Don't leave that secured area where NYPD blocks off the street for us to park our units. But if you lose your spot, it's extremely expensive to park in New York City. Treat your bike like it's by itself. Lock your bikes. We're going into some metropolitan areas. There's not going to be somebody standing over your bike watching your bike the whole time. Everybody should have a working Easy Pass. Dave, where are you at?
Here.
Dave, come up here. Dave is leading us. He's our officer in charge here, even though the chief's here. He's officer in charge of this ride. So whatever Dave says goes. If he's telling you direction, one of the Parma officers, Cleveland officers, South Euclid officer, any officers involved in this ride, if they're giving you directions, follow those directions, don't question it, just do what they're telling you to do. Same thing, especially on the ride. Never pass on the right side. Anyway, if you have to pass somebody, always pass on the left side. Don't pass any of the police bikes. Always be conscious of what's going on. Keep your head out of swivel, watching your mirrors, watch what's going on behind you. Especially once you're with the big ride where they're closing down multiple intersections, they're bumping intersections. When these officers are approaching you to pass, move over a little bit. You should be in staggered formation so you got some space. Move over a little bit, let them pass, and get their attention. Just reach your left hand down, just go like this. Let them know, acknowledge that they see you. Try to think what else. Everybody has the Easy Pass.
Pulling out if they decide to pull out of the procession.
Yeah, if you're pulling out of the procession, make sure that if you're pulling out of the motorcade, make sure that people around you know. Signal that, hey, I'm pulling out, or I got a breakdown. If you see a crash, a wreck, a medical emergency, anything that's happening, don't be a gawker. If you're not a paramedic, EMT, keep your ass moving. Wait till let the professionals deal with it. We have paramedics on the route with operating ambulances. If there's a problem, we're going to deal with it appropriately. We can't have 30 bikes packed around a guy when we're trying to render first aid and emergency care if somebody goes down, which has happened on the ride. So be on your P's and Q's. Don't stay up all night. Get some good rest. Hydrate. Try to stay away from the caffeine. If you're a heavy coffee drinker, chug 1 or 2 in the morning just to get rid of that caffeine headache. Stick to the water and Gatorade drinks, your hydration drinks. Stay away from the energy drinks like the Monsters and stuff like that.
Talk about the route. We're gonna go behind the fire truck.
Go ahead. So when we pull out of here, we're gonna follow the fire truck. The fire engine's gonna lead. We're gonna pull out down this road right here. Fox 8 News is gonna be live streaming. We have a photographer. She's gonna be taking pictures. I'll post those on the Facebook page just so everybody can get their individual pictures if they like. Once I get to Planet in Flight by Somerset, I'll plant those. the fire department, when they peel off, give them a little bit of space. Where's the Rock and Roll City Harley group? These guys have to go to work. They're going to be peeling out. They'll be behind the police officers. So what I want to happen right now is the police officers are going to line up behind the fire trucks, followed by Rock and Roll City group, which is also going to peel off. Make sure you communicate with these guys when you guys are going to peel off.
They're just stopping at Ridge. They're just going to close the intersection. We're going to go south and stay in there. So at any point, whatever.
Cool. The two bikes with the flags, myself and Big Matt, where are you at? Anyway, me and Matt with the flag bikes might be bumping in and out to block something if we see something along the way. We go to pull off to go to a rest stop or to a fuel stop. As soon as Dave has to go to the bathroom, that's probably when we're going to have our first stop, is what I'm guessing. Educated guess. I'm suggesting about an hour in, hour and a half in, we'll stop at one of the rest areas along the way. One of the gas station rest areas. So if you need to get fuel, you get fuel. And you'll see if this is your first time. Make sure you have cash. Hit an ATM. Make sure you have cash, 5s and 10s for your fuel. When we pull into the fuel stops, once we get into the big motorcade this weekend, you're going to hand them cash. If your gas is $6, hand them $7. If your gas is $8, hand them $10. Just to keep you moving. It's not about saving money. It's about we got a lot of bikes. And the fuel teams are very good at it. They'll come up, you just pull your cap off, you stay on your bike, you don't get off your bike, get your fuel, pop out. Restrooms are further down. If you need a restroom really bad, they'll explain that as you go along too. Are there any questions?
What route we taking? Because I don't have an easy pass. I thought we were going to go to Kent. Is that correct? The information I got from...
Are you going all the way to...
No, I am not going to Somerset. So
how far are you going?
I thought we were heading down towards Kent, and I was going to get off there. Is that correct? Or
No, we're not getting... That's KSU's kickstands up.
Okay.
So,
okay, I got it.
yeah,
All
just
So my question is the route here. If you're getting on 80 right away?
when you're ready to get off, go
Okay.
like this.
All right.
Get next to one of us at the first fuel stop about an hour in.
Okay.
And when we get up to the gate, if you don't have an easy pass, get next to one of us that does, and just kind of.
Okay.
Where is Matt?
Right here.
Can you put some? Don't tell the cop. Put some tape on his plate.
Oh, Lord, help
Do you have any tape in your bag? Any electrical tape?
Yeah.
Put some tape on your plate. I'm not kidding you. I've done it on this ride. Put some tape on your plate, and that way you're not screwing the guy next to you. And then ride as long as you'd like to.
There is no more. They're all unmanned, so you just ride through.
Yeah, you can just ride through. You'll get the fee in the mail. Yeah.
Okay.
$14 if you don't have to use
Yeah, if you don't put your tape on, you're going to get a $14 letter from the state.
Okay.
All right, everybody good? We're going to roll out here. Everybody good? Thank you. Parma Fire, thank you for stepping up. Thank you. You'll see you guys self on Fox 8. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Have a safe ride.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next year.
Just gonna pull around the corner. Where is it pulling out?